Have you ever found yourself just mindlessly scrolling and you can't seem to stop? Or maybe it's that bag of chips that just calls your name from the kitchen. Well, what if I told you the reason for that has almost nothing to do with your willpower? The real answer is way, way older. It's actually baked right into our ancient human code. And today, we're going to dig into that and find out what's really driving our most modern cravings.
So let's just ask the question we're all thinking. Why is it so ridiculously hard to put down the junk food, to log off social media, or to stop playing just one more level of a video game? It absolutely feels like these things are engineered to hook us, right? And you're not wrong. They are. But here's the twist. They're not actually creating some new artificial desire inside of you. They're just latching onto something that's been there all along.
It's kind of wild, but the key to understanding all these modern compulsions isn't in Silicon Valley. It's deep in our evolutionary past. I'm talking about the same fundamental drives that helped our ancestors survive out on the savannah. Seriously. Those exact same forces are what pull you towards Instagram today. It's like we're running ancient software on brand new hardware.
Okay, so how does this actually work? How do we connect surviving in the wild with liking a photo? Well, it all starts when you understand that there are really two layers to every single thing we want. There's the surface craving, and then there's the much deeper underlying need that's really running the show.
The best way to picture this is like an iceberg. All you see is the little tip sticking out of the water. That's your surface craving. You think to yourself, man, I'm really craving some tacos. But what's really going on deep under the surface is this massive, ancient motive, the fundamental need to get food and water to survive. Your brain just takes that huge basic drive and translates it into a specific modern-day suggestion, like, hey, let's get tacos.
So really, that craving you feel is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a modern, concrete suggestion your brain has latched onto because it's a pretty good solution to an ancient, fundamental problem.
And what are those deep motives? Well, they're the big ones, the things that are hardwired into our DNA. We're all driven to conserve energy, because calories used to be hard to come by. We need to get food and water, obviously. We're driven to find love and reproduce, a pretty big one. To connect and bond with other people. To win social acceptance from our tribe. We have a deep need to reduce uncertainty, because the unknown can be dangerous. And of course, to achieve some kind of status and prestige. These things have been guiding us for thousands of years.
All right, so now for the really fun part. Let's connect the dots. How do these ancient desires actually show up in our modern, tech-filled world? How do they create the habits we all have today?
Okay, this right here is the secret sauce behind every single habit-forming product you've ever used. They don't invent new desires out of thin air. What they do, and what they do brilliantly, is they find one of those ancient motives we just talked about and provide a fast, easy, and novel way to satisfy it. They are, quite literally, modern solutions to ancient problems.
And you see this everywhere. The deep, primal urge to find love and reproduce. Well, now we have Tinder for that. The need to connect with our tribe and know what's going on, that's scrolling through Facebook. That powerful desire for social approval, that's posting the perfect photo on Instagram and waiting for the likes to roll in. Even a simple Google search is scratching that ancient itch to reduce uncertainty. It's all the same code, just running on new apps.
Okay, so we've got the why down. We have these ancient urges. But what about the how? How does this simple little thing, like your phone buzzing, turn into an irresistible craving in a fraction of a second? The answer is all about prediction.
You see, your brain isn't just passively reacting to the world. No way. It's a full-on 24/7 prediction machine. It's constantly running these little simulations, looking at the situation and making its best guess about what's going to happen next and what you should do about it. And it's using every single past experience you've ever had to do it.
And this whole process happens in a flash. First, you perceive a cue. Let's say you feel that little pang of stress. Instantly, your brain runs a simulation. Hey, last time we felt this way, we checked social media and got a nice little hit of distraction. Then it makes a prediction. If you check social media now, you'll probably get that same relief. And boom, that prediction becomes the craving. That's the powerful urge you feel to pick up your phone.
Now this is where things get really powerful, because if our habits are just the results of predictions, that means we can change them. We have the power to actually rewrite the associations our brain has made. This is so crucial to understand. The cue itself is not the problem. Feeling stressed isn't inherently bad. A cigarette on a table is just an object. What truly matters, the only thing that matters, is the prediction your brain has learned to attach to that cue. Just think about this. Two people can see the exact same cue, a cigarette.
For person A, a smoker, their brain instantly predicts, stress relief is on the way, and that prediction creates a craving. But for person B, a non-smoker, their brain predicts, that's a repulsive smell and a health risk. That prediction creates a feeling of disgust. It's the exact same cue, but totally different predictions leading to opposite behaviors. It's all in the association.
So a craving isn't really about wanting a thing. It's the feeling that there's a gap between how you feel right now and how your brain predicts you could feel. It's your brain saying, hey, a better state is available. And that gap between your current state and that potential future state, that's what provides the motivation to act.
And this is really the core of it all. We don't perform our habits because we want the thing itself. We do it because we want the change in feeling that the thing provides. The potato chip isn't the goal. Feeling comforted or less bored is the goal. The like isn't the goal. Feeling validated and accepted is. And this is probably the most empowering thing to realize. Your habits, the good and the bad, are not a permanent part of who you are. They are simply learned solutions that your brain has found to solve your underlying motives. And if they can be learned, they can be unlearned. And better solutions can be learned to take their place.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time you feel a craving, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, what's the real motive here? Am I lonely? Am I bored? Am I feeling uncertain? Once you identify that deeper need, you can ask an even more powerful question. What's a better, healthier way to satisfy it? The answer to that question is where true change really begins.